So it's with the natural being so
No,
close.
but there's places to hide.
Oh yeah.
Ha ha ha! Oh, hey, look at that! Look what I did.
Nice.
We're getting pretty good at this,
And
man.
Tomb Valley is, I mean, it's a really good choice. It's a nice big map. There's lots of room. It's actually going to be the forced cross spawns, right? So that's going to come into play as well.
It's no horizontal spawns.
Okay. Wait, so they can spawn top bottom?
Then yeah, they can't. They can only spawn here, here, or here, here. This is no bueno. No bueno.
All right, that makes sense.
So game number 3 here, match point to Nemesis. This is pretty crucial here for Smurf. He has to play 3 games in a row. He has to win 3 games in a row.
It's going to be so hard. I mean, it's not even like OpTiKNemesis was just winning with build order wins, right? Like he was actually just outplaying AGIANTSMURF.
You know what? I think Tomb Valley is also a safe map choice because there's the lack of cannon rush possibility.
Yeah, it's very cheese-proof map as they go.
It's definitely nice. Although Proxy Gate,
you can always go in the middle, but like, it's right not
there.
It's not forced. Okay, yeah, true.
I've seen Proxy Gate, you know, POW4 right here, and gate and gate. You could go in the middle, but that's more of a ladder thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a ladder thing, and it's very common just to.
And the whole point of the Proxy Gate right here is you can put a gateway here and a gateway here.
Yeah.
And you know they're not much of a difference, but you get that extra boost to one direction or the other depending on where your opponent is. But there's pylons going down in each of the base of each player. So
yep.
Nemesis is going to be spawning at the 7 o'clock location. AGIANTSMURF at the 11 o'clock. Now the question is, how does Smurf play this out? Does he go for that base trade scenario? Was a high level of decision making out of him. We didn't see that out of too many players at this event today. Not to say that they aren't out there, but he definitely executed that well. He showed that he's capable of thinking on that level.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, AGIANTSMURF, I mean, both of these guys have fairly similar style in a way. I mean, they both like to go for, none of them are really going for these crazy tech builds. They're more just staying in these middle of the road, either 3-gate expand or 2-gate robo expand. But what it comes down to, a lot of these cases, just these early engagements are either going in OpTiKNemesis' favor.
It's called out of position on the map is I think the problem. And
yeah,
I mean, as AGIANTSMURF, he's looked at the last 2 replays. He's seen that he went for 3-gate expo both times. How do you counter that? Like, what do you do to deal with that? Do you go for will 3-stalker rush counter that? All right. I think it will actually.
Yeah, 3-stalker rush would be decent against that. Chronoing any units out of 2 gates is more or less going to be on par with someone who's going 3 gates and chronoing the warp gate only, because because you're going to be getting those units out before warp gate's done.
Yeah.
But I mean, that being said, the 3-stalker tends to fall behind in terms of when you can get that second gas up. You tend to delay that a little bit. So it could, if you're going right into like robotics or blink, you could be a little bit delayed.
You tend to do a little bit less damage if we're with that 3-stalker rush. If you don't do any damage, you're gonna kind of be behind in terms of economy.
With the 1 gas variation, that is.
Yeah, with the 1 gas variation, and the fact that you've dedicated a lot of chrono boost into the stalkers.
But it leaves you in a good position to expand in most cases.
That's very true. It's kind of like a 3-gate expo that Nemesis has been doing. It's very versatile. It does have its drawbacks. I mean, obviously 3-gate expand, kind of weak on the tech side, but at the same time very flexible.
On this map, though, it's actually not bad at all because there's only one entrance to both the natural and the main. Right,
true.
Like you have those rocks too, but those don't.
You'll know when they'll be going down.
You've got plenty of time to prepare for that. So honestly, though, like you don't have to worry about is he gonna blink in my main while I'm going to take my expansion. It's not Antigua Shipyard. You're gonna be fine. Yeah. So you can hold it off with sentries and immortals or even cannons. I think I don't know. We'll see what these players decide to do. Phoenix also really popular on this map too because of the reason that
it's a 4-gate at a Nemesis, straight up 4-gate.
Hardcore 4-gate.
What does he cut his probes at? Cut his probes at 22. He's actually gonna keep on making probes.
All right, so this is a variation you can do in the 4-gate where you're gonna have a lot of obviously a lot of pressure going on, but you're still.
It's more stalker heavy, right?
You can expand behind this, and you know what? He may. You can either you can expand. You'll have a decent stalker count. If you have not lost the stalkers, you can add blink on later and set yourself up for a nice 2-base timing attack.
I feel like if you're gonna go for this late of a 4-gate, you're probably better off going 4-gate blink stalker all in because that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you can expand behind this, but you're gonna have to do damage in order to expand. You're gonna have to do some guaranteed damage in order to take the expansion and be and have it come to fruition. Whereas you go 4-gate blink,
And Giant Smurf is actually he's up there picking off, I think, one of those probes. Is that a probe up there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's being very active with his first few stalkers. Great move. Actually going to delay this attack significantly. We'll see what Nemesis decides to do after losing that probe. He may just throw it on his Nexus, honestly.
Yeah, and that might be his impulse response there. Smurf has 3 gateways in a row.
Got that sentry too. So he's going to pull back first, but will he get the force field? He's going to miss that, actually. So, oh man, OpTiKNemesis is playing with fire a little bit, but actually just going to only lose one zealot.
He's going to try and run up there. That is Envision.
Giant Smurf just slightly supply blocked. The set of Immortal's not even started. And, yeah, that's the dangerous thing about getting supply blocked. You may even want to kill a probe in that situation.
And that's not done yet. That wasn't able to warp into the high ground. How that happened, Nemesis kind of throwing away a few units there.
Man, not having that Immortal is going to be so huge. Honestly, I feel like he could have just sacked a probe to start that Immortal production, because without it, he's going to be in dire straits right now.
And now Nemesis going to work on the Stalkers. Good micro from Smurf. I do love 4-gate versus 4-gate micro.
It's not even 4-gate micro. It's 3-gate. 3-gate robo.
Yeah. So 4-gate micro out of Nemesis here.
But so I mean, honestly, that robo just sitting there. So this is just pure 4-gate versus 3-gate. And behind this, like we said, Nemesis taking his base because he did not cut probes as hardcore as you might expect. So this is just coming back to that idea of the mind games taking such a strong presence in PvP. If you overreact to the defense, it can be just as dangerous as overextending in the attack.
Yeah, now my question here is, why did Nemesis opt to go for 4-gate and then Expo? Why not go 1-gate and then 3 additional gates into the Expo? It just seems a little like if your opponent's going 3-gate robo, he's not going to push out. He's being defensive. It's an obviously defensive build.
I think it was just a reactive thing he did, you know, based on the fact that, you know, I'm not sure, did he skip his Zealot first?
I wasn't entirely sure. I would just think that a 1-gate Expo into 4-gate is way more efficient because you're going to have that that additional chrono boost as well as, you know, the ability
could potentially get scouted as well, and, you know.
Prompt aggression there. Yeah. And that robotics facility fall before an Immortal can ever come out. Smurf in a really poor position right now. That warp into the high ground. He knows that pylon's there. He saw that pylon going down and he just did not react to it. I don't know. He had high ground advantage. All he had to do was leave his.
This micro is just so good for, and I think that's GG. So Nemesis taking the series 3-0. Yeah.
Wow. I did not see that, but I mean, Smurf is not out. He will be in the losers bracket final.
Yeah, in a good spot too. I mean, he's going to go right down to face the losers winners, or the winner of the losers bracket. That is.
Yeah. So Nemesis got to be feeling pretty good about himself. He took down a very solid win. 3-0, very definitive. So if he goes against Giant Smurf again from the losers bracket, which is quite a possibility. I mean, Smurf he's a fighter, man. He'll come out.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see him back in the grand finals.
He displayed really a lot of intelligence in those games, but unfortunately, just getting the bottom of the short end of the stick of PvP of the build orders. In a way. I mean, it wasn't like a hardcore build order loss. It's just that those little engagements that kept happening early on were putting him behind. He was not making his reads as decisively as Nemesis was.